Hey everybody, welcome back to STARDEUS. I believe this will be our finale episode for this wonderful game because, well, kind of reached the end of the content for it, and we are now going to be completing our terraforming process of our planet, which has been named Pocahontas. And that is where we are going to start our descent down and have everybody start living there in Pocahontas. So let's just catch you up to where we are now. I've let it run for quite a while here. We're at day 409 now, which is kind of cool. I've got an expansion to my research down over here. So I just completed these. And as a result, we can now go in and get the final research going, which is the biosphere generator. So let's go ahead and get that going. So while that researches, let's take a look at what we got up here. Terrain generation is at 50% now. Very nice. Now, in addition to having to create the organic turf, we now also have to create atmosphere mix, which we're at 25% for now. And we just got the ocean generator done, which is very exciting. And now we can start to consume bio-enriched water, which I actually went ahead and paid a generalist to have so I could start on getting that right away. And I also paid for the next stage as well, which I believe is what's it called? Multi-something fertilizer. Multi-fertilizer. It's just, I guess, multi-fertilizer, yeah. So there it is. So now let's take a look at our terraforming projects here, our resources that we need for it. So I'm looking at, I also went in and bought microchips, by the way. So, because I was like, I'm flush with cash. I can't take it with me, right? So the cash is only useful for what you can trade it with or what you can trade for it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So I went ahead and bought some of that. So I got 80 organic turf, and it's just these two fabricators keeping us up with that now, which is sufficient as far as speed goes. These two fabricators can keep up with that machine. We also have the bio-enriched water, which I think these two right here are keeping up with pretty well. Okay, it looks like there's a check mark there. I'm not sure why. Are you just not? Oh, this is the atmosphere mix. Okay, so yeah, atmosphere mix is going with here. And I just want to take a look at these models, okay? Because these are really cool looking. I think they've done a sensational job on the modeling for some of these things. I do kind of wish the storage was smaller, but I can understand because you have to store a lot of stuff in them, so that makes sense. And actually, for the amount of stuff that you have to store in these, I suppose it would be balanced if they were even bigger. 3x3 is pretty large, but I guess I can kind of understand it. Let's go in real quick and check out the trader. So I called more generalists over. I don't really want to buy any more bio-enriched water. So what I'm looking for here with the generalist trader is whether they have got uranium, so I can keep my power on. And then I think pretty much anything that I might be short on, which at the moment I don't think is anything. Since I bought the microchips, I don't really need it anymore. Protein could be something that I need more of, but this guy doesn't have it anyway. So, like, I guess I could buy bio-enriched water. Like, all these terraforming things are very expensive. So, like 18K a pop, right? So, I think I'm actually going to pass on that. We'll just buy his uranium, and we will sell him our petroleum, which you have only 800 more of. I'm running lower on the on oil at this point. Yeah. Check out what this guy's got. What do you got, Reese? Anything here? I might need more glass in a second because I might need to build more solar panels to keep up with it. I don't know yet. And let's take a look at multi-fertilizer. Like, I could buy a little bit more of this stuff. 1.85 million. I could just buy some of this stuff. I've got so much cash. The game gives you just a ton of money, right? So definitely needs nerfed. I think the amount of money the player is able to collect needs nerfed because you're just able to get so much of it. And it's a little bit. It's not even about being easy. It's about just being game over. I can buy whatever I need now. I really, I would like a bigger reliance on having to gather the resources that you need as opposed to being able to buy them. Which I've said in previous videos, I think the trading mechanic is really strong, and your ability to just call anyone you want at any time to you is too strong. All right, so we've got that happening. So what I'm going to do in this video, right, is complete the project, okay? So 38% on the biosphere generation. We're doing atmosphere generator here. It's pretty cool. Here's the ocean generator, which is consuming all the bio-enriched water. And then the final machine will go here. And then it'll just be a nice row with everything just being temperature controlled with all of our radiators. Yeah, so that's why today is the finale. And I should have good oxygen in every single room. Hello, stasis pod. We should have good oxygen in every single room now, so our crew can move about the ship anywhere they want and not need a spacesuit. That was the goal. It's a little bit cold here, because all of these units are, you know, kind of trying to temperature control it. So I suppose I could go in and just make one quick little heater and pop it right over here. That wouldn't be too much to ask. But for the most part, everybody can just roam around the ship now without needing to worry about being in a suit, which I think is just, you know, for comfort's sake, is probably just better to rock and roll with that. Let's take a look at the stasis pod. We're going to want to start pulling that in. So tractor beam the stasis pod to where it needs to go. And we'll do this with 2 of them. And 2 of them should be enough for these tiny little stasis pods. Here we go, we're bringing it in. It does depend on their angle too, and I think their angle is a little bit extreme. I might need to employ the others. Let me just go ahead and employ the others anyway, because I can. The angle there was pretty extreme. So now we're gonna pull it in. Yeah, I had time. I didn't need to have that many, but whatever. So we'll bring it over here, and just like the others, if it's a threat, it dies. If it's not, we collect it, break down the pod, and proceed from there. All right, so apparently people are starting to get frustrated because there's nowhere to sleep. And I've had a couple of mental breakdowns. But I did want to show you that because we now have this thing, because I know I installed it and I never showed it, right? So here's the beta wave transceiver. And we can now mind control our subjects. So I can go in now to, like, say, camo, and as long as they don't have the beta wave resistant trait, I can now tell them to walk to a certain place, right? I can now tell them to patrol, go over here, and they will go ahead and do it. I can now directly control them. Now, if they have the beta wave resistant trait, like Hobo Goblin does, well, then I won't be able to do that with them. So I can tell them to go someplace, and it just won't happen. It'll just select the path instead. So I can say like this, I can go, okay, go here, and as soon as I click, it just sort of clicks off of him, and he'll go off and do whatever he wants. And that's because he has the beta wave resistant trait, which are immune to the remote mind control. So not everybody can be mind controlled this way. Some people are just a little bit more resistant than others. So anyway, I've had people that are kind of getting stressed out and they're not very happy because there's nowhere to sleep. I've added a few more pods here, but it's kind of getting messy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these bedrooms and I'm going to delete them. I'm going to go in and say, goodbye, bedrooms. All the bedrooms will go away. We'll also go in and take out, I think, just everything except the walls with the plugs. I'm actually going to leave a little plugs in there. Oh boy, that is not, oh boy, that is not what I want you to do. That is cancel all of this, please. Whoa, game. Okay, whoa, game. Whoa, game. I did select the floor, didn't I? I definitely did tell them to take out the floor because I'm not very smart. All right, so let's have that happen now. Whoopsie daisy. Let's put that back in. There you go. Okay, we'll start and do this a little bit smarter. Okay, we'll just remove the walls now. Okay, just the walls. Leave everything else there. In fact, you can actually leave that one there too. Okay, so just remove the walls, please. There you go. Okay, wonderful. Now we can go in and make sure that we take out the doors and all this stuff. We're gonna leave the plugs, and the plugs are just on a wall, right? So there's gonna be a small wall segment that is essentially just, whoops, don't delete the steel plate. There you go. All right, doctor and overflow are just gonna be here just chilling. But we're gonna take and construct these sleeping pods because they like the sleeping pods a lot more anyway. So we'll put one there, we're gonna go one here, then flip it over, and then we're just gonna keep doing this instead, and it will use a lot less space. So doctor, I'm going to tell you to get up and go over there. See, I can wake him up now. And I can just say this is gone. And then overflow, same thing with you. Yep. And then we'll just say that this bed is gone. And so now we just get steel plate from that. And then what we'll do is build copies of these beds. And now everyone who wants to sleep can now sleep in this hallway in these sleeping pods instead. And I think this is going to be a massive improvement to everyone's mood because they now get to sleep in there. Now, again, I'm going to leave these posts here. You can think of them as like load-bearing pillars or something in a ship, but they're just wall segments with plugs. But because they are connecting certain things, I just want to keep them. Although this one isn't needed because this one's just connecting. Yeah, you know what? This one can go. This one's not needed because we can just connect you direct. There we go. How about this one? Is this one doing any? Oh, this one isn't doing anything anymore either. So everything must have auto-connected to other connection points then. This one's still doing things, but it's really just about the guns. I can connect this direct, so I don't need that connection. I can't connect that one, so this one's still helping me there, but I could just, you know, add a new plug there, I suppose. I don't need that connection. Yeah, that's kind of it, actually. So I guess what I could do here instead is we'll add a copy in the back corner. Ooh, they're not going to be able to get there. Yeah, they can't reach that part. All right, you know what? Just leave that there. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Leave it where it is. Okay, so again, more beds for them to sleep in, and I can also go in and add even more of them, I guess, if I wanted to, because I just don't want them to be so grumpy all the time. So we can just say, you know, well, the aesthetics of where they're sleeping do matter too, so I'm going to need these plants to be moved. So I guess I could relocate the plants to be, I guess, in the hallway somewhere, or yeah, like right there, for example, and then maybe this one here can be relocated over here in the corner like that, so it's out of the way, and then you can be relocated. We'll say probably right there. That's fine. And then you can get relocated to be in the corner there. And by doing that, I think now biogeneration is done. Biosphere generation is done. So I can now go into the final bit here and go multi-fertilizer, I think, to produce this, right? And then we just copy that config here. So now we're making organic turf, atmosphere mix, enriched water, and multi-fertilizer. And the final step then is to build that unit. So we're just going to go over to special, and here is the biosphere generator. Look at this thing. I love the modeling in these things. They're so cool. These things are so cool. I really appreciate it. And we'll just go like this. All right, cool. So that's that. Now I don't want to hear anyone complaining about there being, you know, nowhere to sleep. I don't want to hear it. All right. Nope. Not a valid complaint anymore. Nope. You got people sleeping in there already. Yeah. So we'll just go in real quick and build copy, and we'll just say boom, boom, just like this. Now that wall segment being in the way does mean I can't put one there. So I suppose maybe if I move this be over here now, I can now have another bed go in like so. And then this wall segment can move, I suppose. So maybe we'll build another one of these, or just one that sticks in the floor. It's generically, it's fine. We'll just have another one that's maybe like this. It doesn't bother me. And then once that's done, we'll just go ahead and delete this. We'll shut off those two lights, but we can just turn them back on like so and like so. There it is. Okay, all done. And so now the final step, just to get this giant sleeping quarter in order, we're just gonna, you know, like that. Now that I have everybody's attention with sleeping, or everybody's happiness with sleeping, I guess, the biosphere generator. All right, so we are now going to create a biosphere. The ocean generator is 14% done. Atmosphere is 47% done. And the terrain is 63% done. And I believe these little progress bars, nope, they're not. I thought they would be representative of this atmosphere, but actually I think they're representative of the amount of supply left to process inside it, right? That's the fuel that they have, basically. And that's why I say I think the end game for the game needs a little bit of work, you know, because at this stage, that's it. Like, I have nothing else to do. I got good power, like way more power than I need now. You know, I can research the other cryo, put cryogenics back on the menu, I suppose. Put self-replication on the menu as well. Probably not going to have enough. No, we should have enough for that. So I could just put that stuff back on, you know, and like that's 35 megawatts. But even at 3 megawatt time on the research, which is every single research station occupied, we still have way more energy than we need. Like I could double the amount of research stations and it wouldn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to do that because I don't need any more research. I'm going to be terraforming this planet and making it habitable for everyone with just these tiny machines. I mean, they're big relative to many other things. I mean, they're what, 4x4? Yeah, 4x4. So they're probably the biggest thing that you could install, right? Even the quantum barriers, I thought they were big, but they're 3x3. And so storages are 3x3. Yeah, so like pretty much there's nothing else in the game, I don't believe, that is as big as these machines. The biggest things you can construct, basically. But relative to that planet down there, they're very small. So I'll just let it run. And, you know, maybe I'll edit some videos or something. And we'll come back when these things are getting completed. I'll fill you in on all the stages of the way. Or yeah, every step of the way, I guess. So when the terrain finishes, etc. And we'll see if anything changes aesthetically about the planet. I don't know if that's the case. But I would love it, if as you did these things, the appearance of that planet, come on now, the appearance of this planet would change as you do it. I think that would be really cool. You know, it starts to slowly become more Earth-like, sort of like Surviving Mars does when you start to terraform that and you keep going back to the map screen to like see your different trade partners and stuff and different missions on the surface. Now it sort of changes a little bit, you know, maybe some Peraspera influence there where it sort of changes a little bit in how it works. I would like to see that from this too, to where eventually when all these are 100%, this looks a lot like Earth. I think that'd be great because that's what humans need. Humans need that type of environment. Yeah. Okay. I'll let it run. I'll see you guys in, I don't know, a couple hours maybe. All right. Just chiming in again. Want to let you know we have now 100% on atmosphere. So atmosphere does progress. It looks to me like atmosphere progresses the fastest of all of them. It was built second, but it did beat terrain by at least 8% here. So we now have that done. You do get an achievement for doing that. So it will pop up and say that you've completed the terraforming for an atmosphere or give atmosphere to a planet or something. I think is what the create atmosphere on a planet, I think is what the achievement said. It doesn't matter. So these machines stop working. They stop doing anything once their task is complete. And so it gets easier with power once that happens too. You can see the electrical grid. Well, all right, so it happened a while ago, but the battery started to climb up here, but it happened a little bit ago. So anyway, there's that. Now we're about to get 100% on the terrain. And then that's where we'll see this machine will stop working too, because there's nothing else left for it to do. There it goes. So create terrain and continents on a planet. Okay, good. That's done. So now we're left with essentially just 2 more tasks, and that is the oceans and the biosphere on this planet. And I do kind of wish, I find myself, there's no doubt in my mind that this process will change. Because this game, it's constantly in development. And by talking to this guy, it sounds like his plan is to keep developing this and keep making, you know, regular updates to this game for like the next year. So like this is probably going to change, but I don't know, because I walked away from the computer for a little bit. There's always a risk because if you get raided. But I felt like if I got raided with a breach capsule or something, my people could take care of this. Every single one of my colonists has a gun, so I felt like we were in good hands anyway. But in any case, I left it to go for just a little bit. I don't remember, but were these continents like this? Were they there before? I have to look back in the footage. Obviously, you're going to know right away because you could see it right now. But been like an hour for me. I think they were there before, but I guess I don't know. It definitely looked like it had an atmosphere before anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and say probably. I'm gonna say there's a good chance the planet has not changed, but I don't know that. It certainly doesn't look any more blue. So. Is that way anyway. Probably because there's no oceans yet. We have to generate those oceans. And then, of course, the biosphere generator, which is 31%. So we're going to let these two things run. And then I'll cut you back in when these things are closed, okay? All right, so I was just letting it keep running here. And we finally have the micrometeorites event. So I wanted to go in and test the barriers now with you guys and show you how this works. So I'm going to go to the security tab, and we have all these different barriers. Now, I'm pretty sure the micrometeorites only come from one side, one direction at a time, so I'm only going to turn on the ones that are in the back of the ship to help and protect the rear of the ship. And so I'm going just down the list here. I do really wish that these quantum barriers were like I could toggle this from the units themselves, because having to go through this list, I don't know, the game, I think the game uses this list a little bit too much. I think it really, having different tools for this would be better, but that's just me. So let me just take, I think that's all of them. So if I unpause it now, we should see our shields come online, and it did hit this. Look, right there, boom, we just hit the shield, fantastic. Now this part here is my only little gap where it's not protected. And that's not a big deal to me. These things are not, I mean, whatever, it's one gun and we're probably never going to use that gun, but I did want to at least take a look and see how these barriers work and how they guard against the micrometeorites. So if I let the time go faster, I did see it only hit once. I don't see it anymore though. It looks to me like this micrometeorite storm is going to be basically two micrometeorites. That is the storm. That's what they got. Yeah, apparently that's all we're gonna have. Now these things do eventually wear down, right? Yeah, their charge will drop over time and then it'll eventually just go offline. There they go offline all by themselves, and then they have to recharge using the electrical grid when they do so. So there's the charge there, I guess, a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you the little anticlimactic there just by seeing only one of them. I was really hoping I'd have a whole bunch of them to deal with, but I guess not. So anyway, this doesn't need repaired. Looks like it just needs reconnected. So there we go. Let's take a quick look at the progress while you guys have been away. We're obviously 100% in both of these, and now 89% on the oceans. So 86% total. I haven't seen anything change here, so I'm pretty convinced that it's not going to change in its appearance, unless it only does so upon completing something. But in any case, yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna let it keep going now. 90% on oceans. Be right back. Create oceans and rivers on a planet. Create oceans and rivers on a planet. The oceans are completed, and the only thing left to do now is to get that biosphere gun, and that's 65%, total of 91% progress now. We're just gonna keep chilling here, I guess, until it's done. Here's the active quest marker. Looking at, yeah, terraform biosphere. You have to use the biosphere generator near a terraformable planet. Doing that. I'd like to see, oh, you get 500 million as a reward for doing this, by the way. So... I mean, money is already no object. I mean, I feel like in this game, once you have $1 million, once you have 1 million credits, money's not really that big of an object anyway, you know? Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just too easy to get. Like, I don't know. I could throw a whole bunch of stuff in the stock market and see if it sticks. Let's see. What do we got? Organic turf is going up. Like, uranium is kind of, you know, whatever, flatlined here. Battery cells. Look at organic turf. It's not really a straight line, but it might as well be. Just up it goes. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I could find a decent deal here for something. I don't know. Let's just push a whole bunch of. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna push a whole bunch of my money into bio waste. Just because this is what people buy when you have no need for money. This is what people do. You're gonna put 10 million credits, 10 million 10. Yep, enter amount. 10. 0. Oh, this is number of shares, isn't it? Okay. 25. I don't know what it is. Just 10.02 is fine. This is my bio waste investment. There we go. I've now invested in bio waste. Okay, good. So this is 10 million credits worth of crap. That's what is this basically? I'll just put my money in there. So I'm left with 646 remaining, and I get to see my net worth either go up or down based on. Actually, I don't think your inventory counts. Or I think your inventory is the only thing that counts in your net worth. Your investments don't seem to count in your net worth. I don't need any of these things. Yeah, I don't need anything. Have a nice day, trader. Goodbye. I don't need any of these things. Continue playing fast. 68%. Let's just take a look. I want to know if this goes up or down very fast. Let me just take a look really quick at my bio waste once more. 0.1% now. What did I pay for it? 38. Did I pay 39? I think I paid 39 for it. All right, so we'll let this go up to like, I don't know, not even like this is 30. Yeah, this is what I pay. My average price, there it is, 39.31 is my average price. And so we'll wait till it gets to, I don't know, let's say we'll go to 50. We'll sell it at 50. Okay. Or if there's any type of charting mechanics built into this game at all, really, then we'll sell it if it collapses down below. I don't know, what's the reliable support line here? I'd say probably here. So let's say 35. Yeah, if it goes below 35, we sell. I don't know. Take our losses because it ain't coming back, man. Okay, so if you do this in your game, okay, if you get far enough to where you're going to do this in your game, I recommend building one of each of these, possibly 2 of the ocean generators, although you may not need that, but definitely building 2 of the biosphere generators, because this thing takes a very long time to run. Honestly, I have some ideas on how you could improve, how the dev could improve the end game here by a lot. But I just want to show you, biosphere is at 87% right now. My play session sitting here is almost 4 hours, and most of this 4 hours has been just, hanging out in orbit of this planet. Okay. So it's kind of nuts. This might include, it might be closer to 3 hours sitting in front of this planet, because I think this session actually includes the last video I recorded, but I don't know. But either way, this is a process that takes a very long time and requires almost nothing from the player to do so. So how would I improve this process? Okay. I think this will be a huge improvement. Enormous improvement. You ready for this? I know it's gonna be shocking. You're gonna say, wow, this is your revolutionary idea. Don't do this. Okay? That's what I would recommend. Don't do this. This, with these items on your ship and feeding them resources like this, doesn't work. Don't like it. Here's how I do it instead, okay? You take the resources that it would take to build these, and you need to deliver those resources to the surface. And then you can, hang on, is there a storage capsule? About 2 hours, okay, fine. Take the resources to build these down to the surface, okay? Now, you can build multiples of these if you have the resources to do so, the microchips and whatever. You can send those down in shuttles and have people and bots build them on the surface, okay? Let's say you gotta build, I don't know, let's say you gotta build like maybe 5 of each of them or something, right? That's really expensive, but at least it's engaging gameplay in the sense that you need to have a lot of different resources and you need to be doing something, okay? Then you take and you drop off a colony of people on the surface to help with this. You could do this with multiple shuttle trips. You could have multiple shuttles, or you can dedicate a shuttle team to go and doing it instead of doing an expedition. You could say, hey, shuttle, go on the terraforming mission, okay? And then that shuttle stays here, so you have to build more shuttles. But here's the thing that's gonna really get you with this, okay? I want you to take, just your imagination. Obviously, everything I'm saying right here is kind of off the cuff as an idea, so, it's not balanced or anything, you're right? But take, like, triple the amount of resources that this takes to actually happen, okay? I know that might make it sound like, wow, this takes forever and you want it to take even longer. Okay, yes, I do want it to take a longer process, but I don't want it to be a process where we are sitting here. I want to get this capsule just because. I don't want this to be a process where we're just sitting here waiting for it, right? So instead, what you're doing is you're telling the game, right, to send resources down. And then there's, obviously other things can be built into the game. This guy's developing crazy fast, so I'm sure, they've got their own ideas on how they want to end it anyway. You can have events pop up, random events pop up, colonization things. You have, maybe there's a disease or something going on because it's not safe to build there yet, or it's not safe to live there yet. Or maybe you have, your colony needs certain needs. You have to send food down to them because they don't have the biosphere done yet, things like that, right? And you have to constantly sort of aid people on the surface to make this happen, or bots on the surface to make this happen. What that means, though, is that and this is the big change. This is the reason why I like this, because it's a big change from this. It means you don't have to have your ship physically in orbit of this planet in order to make progress, because right now you have to be here to make this progress. It means I can go off and do other things and gather other resources and play the game while this is happening. And then they can be, radioing in and calling at me, telling me something's happened or whatever. I have to go back. And I can be gathering resources for all these people and then bringing it back to the planet, right? This allows me to continue playing the game instead of, just this, well, I don't know what this is. This is just waiting for something to happen, really. But anyway, that's where I wanted to go with that, okay? I think there's definitely a lot of cool ideas that could happen through the terraforming process, but I think two things are both simultaneously true. One, terraforming happens too quickly, and two, the process that the player has to go through right now is way too long. And I know those two concepts seem like they are conflicting ideas, but they're not, because the amount of time it takes to terraform should be extended, but the amount of time it is perceived by the player sitting around doing nothing needs to be greatly reduced. That's what I'm saying, okay? So the amount of time I can sit here should be eliminated to almost zero. I shouldn't have to sit here at all to have this happen. They should just be bringing this equipment or bringing resources to build this equipment on the surface. That's where they want to be, after all. And if it's a potential habitable world, you would think they already have terrain. You would think they already have land to land on. Maybe there's not a suitable atmosphere yet, not suitable water or whatever, biosphere. I get these things, but the terrain one I'm a little bit weird on. I don't understand why that one's necessary. I suppose it's maybe has something to do with getting the soil to be better suited for the biosphere thing, which, I mean, you could just combine that and put it as part of the biosphere process. And then you wouldn't need these generators, but rather you need supplies for your people on the surface to make that happen. And you need to constantly come back with them too, and move around and kind of, play the game. Because if I leave right now, if I go somewhere else, it stops the process. And I don't like that. I don't want that. So that's my really basic and not as much thought into it as maybe I could have put in idea on how to improve it. But that said, this is, again, very early access, right? I mean, this is not the final version of the game. And I know he's got plans for the future in this. So like I don't know what those plans are, but I know he's got plans for the future on this, and I'm sure that this is not the end game, right? So I'm just kind of throwing out my thoughts on this because, like I said, I've been sitting here for nearly a 4-hour session, okay? And I'm pretty certain more than 65-70% of that session time has been the game running at this speed, just sitting here doing this, right? So it's definitely a process that needs to be looked at and expanded upon. I would love random events. I would love my crew to finally talk to me and say, hey, we're looking at doing this, or we need to do this, or the crew wants this, or hey, you know, we got some problems here. Can you calculate this for us? Or look, there's a trajectory that we're getting a message from so-and-so, and we need to go help them. And there's another ship we can go help. And so many possibilities to this game. So many possibilities. I don't know where he's going to go with it, but I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to follow it and see where he's going to end up going with this. Bio waste is 46 now. Uh-oh. Whoa. Hang on. Traders selling it for 46. Now, the traders, they sell for very close to market price. They don't sell for market price, but they sell for very close to market price. So let's take a look at the stock market here. Did my poop investment pay off? No, it's at 40. That is technically paying off. It's at 40. You know, that's actually a decent markup, honestly, for this trader. The oil traders' markups are quite pathetic, but this markup seems like it's interesting. For bio waste, they need 46. That's not bad. No, that's greater than 10%. So that's pretty good. I think the oil trader was charging me 81 when the market price was 79. It was like nothing. It's whatever, big deal. But like this one here, that's actually quite the markup for bio waste. Let me see. Is there anything else I need? I can get a couple processor efficiency upgrades, but I just want the uranium. I don't need anything else. In fact, I can sell you my atmosphere mix and stuff. Can I sell you? Yeah, I got extra atmosphere mix. I don't need this anymore. Here you go. Extra bio-enriched water. Here you go. And the more expensive the goods are, the bigger the difference in the price. So like the traders are making money that way. But it's about how big the individual price is. So like on these really advanced things like multi-fertilizer, it's 13,000, which normally you'd buy it for like 18,000. So that's a huge difference, right? But they're really high-end items and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, I have 21 of these processor efficiency upgrades. I don't need that many. In fact, the game's almost over, so I don't need hardly any of these at all. And then going on that note, execute trade. I don't need anything at all. So what am I trading for? Look at all these lazy bots. Nothing to do. Huh? Just standing around doing nothing? With their guns? All right, biosphere's at 99%. Should be, it's been sitting at 99 for a while, so it should be ticking to 100 any second now. We're up to, looks like 476 days. There it is. Unlocked, create a biosphere on a planet. Done. We've completed terraforming operations on Pocahontas. The planet is ready to host our human colony. Start the colonize procedure in the terraforming overlay when you are ready. Okay, so colonize Pocahontas. This is it. You are about to fulfill your purpose as the ship computer. Please confirm the intent to settle your human colonists on Pocahontas. This action will remove the stasis array and most of your colonists, except those who choose to stay and go on exploring the universe. So you can keep going, and you can colonize multiple worlds if you'd like to as well, which is a really cool thing, as long as this isn't the process to do it. Because, yeah, I'm not going to do multiple planets if this is the process to do it. But we're going to go ahead and say confirm. And so now it says colonizing Pocahontas. And it says 8 colonists become nomads. Founded a faction called Struvels. Mech went down. Phoenix Cortez. Rhea. Oh, okay. So it shows me the names of the people from the ship that I was interacting with who became nomads and founded the faction. Okay. Some colonists failed to wake up from stasis and will remain in permanent coma. Oh no. 28 colonists from the stasis array did. 4 colonists died during the landing. Mr. Suckface. Oh, Mr. Suckface died. I don't know who that is. 3 colonists died fighting a local faction array. Okay, so there was already another faction there, I guess. 28 colonists died from a rare disease called Engstrom. Okay, Engstrom. 27 colonists from the stasis array are included in that 28. So Chester, as well as 27 others from stasis array, had a disease. 135 colonists were eaten by local beasts named Santoka. Sophie, as well as 134 colonists from the stasis array. Wow. So like most people are just dead. Success. Great success, I guess. A city named Darez was founded by Raven Olson. A mining company named Mumarik was established by Braxton. And 517 colonists are happy with their new home, including Leo, Mr. Snow, Softy, Missy Coco, Harold Hunt, Princess Kitty Catto, Peyton Buttercup Davidson, and many, many others. 506 colonists from the stasis array. So there is actually a good sizable number of people in that colony, I guess. 13 robotic workers stayed with the colony to build their new base, including Dark Dragon, and Moxening, and Love, and Sheen, and Bender Freya, and Beat Ping, Stack, Phil Cash, Ben, Brian Bozen, Overflow Army, Alien, and Borg Java. Okay. 10 colonists decided to stay on your ship and embark on a new adventure. Groot is coming with us, okay? Makes total sense because, I mean, he's Groot. And he's spacefaring, right? Obviously, he's got to be at space. Tessa Centurions is going to stay with us. That's great. They're 82 years old, so that's fun. They're just like, most of their life has been spent in space at this point. Maven Jacobson, Shelby, the Mech, whether that's the original or the clone, I don't yet know. Taylor Griffith, Angel, yep, doctors in here. 27 robotic workers stay with you on the ship. So Tax staying with me, Vordo, anyone else that I named? I don't know if there's anyone else that I specifically named, but there you go. Elected as colony president, Hallie Beachhead Trevino. Beachhead became the president of the colony. Oh, that's a good ending to the story. Oh, Beachhead. 61 colonists went insane, including Kane Fury Coke, Delaney Worker Waller, and 59 colonists from the stasis array. So 61 colonists went insane, apparently. Wow, okay. Hold down right click to speed that up, I guess, if you want to. Wow, thank you for playing STARDEUS. I appreciate it. This is a great game. I had a lot of fun with this game. Definitely did. This is some promising stuff here. I really think this is going to be great. Coda Lineaja. Like, seriously, hats off to you. You're doing some great work in this game. I could tell just by talking with you that you are definitely somebody who really takes and likes your game. Like, you're somebody who really loves your game, and I can tell. It took a lot of words for me to say that, but yeah, that's the way that goes. So I do appreciate it very much for the opportunity to play it and to share it with my community as well. If you guys like this game, be sure to check it out in the description down below. There's a link to Steam right there. I believe that I had 47 hours. I didn't have 47 hours. I think I have 47 hours total in the game, maybe, but it's certainly not the save file. But yeah, there we go. So achievement unlocked. We now get 100 million star credits. And the end. Settle your human colony on a habitable planet. We did. Human colony is settled on Pocahontas. It took 476 days to find and terraform the planet. 37 colonists have decided to stay on the ship. You may now continue exploring the universe for as long as you wish. There we go. Another 500 million for completing that. So we're up to a whole bunch of cash now. Pretty much just give me the money, apparently. Let's take a look at the bio waste. Did I profit? I did. You know what? I'm going to take my gains while I still got them, okay? Because you never know what's going to happen in this market. I did. I made a profit on my bio waste. So I will finish the game with over 500 million in net worth. I think getting to 1 billion is an achievement, but I'm not gonna bother with that. So the stasis array is gone. This is the part where you can create your own, I believe. You can go into special. I got everything unlocked now because I just went ahead and did it. It's not, I don't have everything unlocked because I finished the game. I literally did this while I might as well while I'm waiting to colonize. But you can make your own stasis array after this. I want to say it's in, facilities. It'll be necessary for intergalactic flight to prevent your colonists from aging. So you just pop another one in there and away we go if we wanted to. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate this. I hope you like the series. I hope you share it with your friends and things. If you find anybody that you think might like this game, give them a shout out and, put them, give them the playlist and see what they think. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.